There once was a kingdom ruled by a man who craved praise the way dry earth craves rain, but not praise for others, only for himself. This king, mighty in power yet small in spirit, could not bear to hear anyone else admired. His ego sat on the throne long before he ever did. Then one day a traveler arrived, not a warrior, not a noble, just a sage, simple, kind, and wise. He didn't seek attention. He didn't ask for applause. Yet people spoke of him. They spoke of the clarity in his words and the calm in his presence. His wisdom spread like wind, unseen but deeply felt. And as it reached the ears of the king, so did the sting of envy. You see, the ego cannot coexist with admiration for another, and so the king devised a plan, not to learn but to trap, to humiliate. He summoned the sage to the palace with a grand announcement, hoping to show the world that this man of peace was not so wise after all. When the day arrived, the sage walked into the court with a gentle smile, bowing not just out of respect, but from a place of inner peace. The king stood with a dark cloth bag in his hand and said, "Tell me, wise one, what is in my hand?" Without hesitation, the sage replied, "A bird." The court murmured in surprise. The king nodded, "Yes. But tell me now, is it alive or dead?" You see, the king had already planned his next move. If the sage said alive, he would crush the bird and show a lifeless body. If he said dead, he would release it and prove him wrong. Either way, the king thought, he would win. But the sage only smiled and said, "That, your majesty, is in your hands." And just like that, with a few simple words, the illusion of control shifted. The courtroom was silent, and the king stood frozen, not because the bird's fate was unclear, but because he realized the answer wasn't just about the bird. It was about life. So often we carry life in our hands, unaware of our power to lift it or crush it. We look outside for answers, hoping someone will tell us what to do, where to go, who to be. But like that bird, the direction of our life rests not in the questions we ask others, but in the choices we make ourselves. Will you nurture the dreams you hold, or will you suffocate them under fear, doubt, or the need to prove something to the world? The sage's wisdom is not just in his clever reply. It's in the reminder that what you choose to do with what you hold is always your responsibility. And that's both a burden and a gift. You see, throughout my journey, I've met many who waited for signs, for approval, for clarity. But life does not wait. It moves forward with or without our permission. And the longer we delay, the heavier that bird becomes in our hands. So today, I ask you, not as a teacher, but as a companion on this path of self-discovery, what is it that you're holding? A dream, a decision, a truth you've been avoiding. Is it alive? Or have you already convinced yourself it's dead? Because the truth is, the future doesn't belong to the clever or the powerful. It belongs to the aware, to those who understand that every moment, every action, every breath is a choice. You don't need a palace to make that choice. You don't need a crown to feel powerful. All you need is presence. So breathe, reflect, and when life places something in your hands, don't ask, "What should I do with it?" Ask, "What will I choose?" Because the answer, as it always has been, is in your hands. And if this story stirred something within you, share it. Let it land in someone else's hands, because maybe that too is a choice worth making.